Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Fargo school board members are discussing the re-entry plan for this upcoming school year, which includes postponing the first day of class to September. At issue so far is student activities and offering face-to-face time for all students. Joining us now is Valley News team's Joshua Peguero for the latest from that meeting. Joshua, what do we know so far?
Brian, I want to tell you that they've been in that meeting. School board members and administrators have been in this building meeting since 8 o'clock this morning, and there seems to be some sort of disagreement on the amount of in-person time students are supposed to get with teachers. Now, the school administrators have released a plan on what that will look like, including a hybrid model, but there is pushback from some school board members that feel like students need more time in the classroom, although there are safety concerns. Now, there are other discussions as well, including pushing back the start date from August 27th to September 2nd. Originally, it was until September 9th. Today, they're hoping to vote on a plan. We don't know when that will take place, but they're scheduled to meet until 3 p.m. We'll bring you the latest at Valley News Live 5, 5:30, and 6. I'm going to send it right back to you in the studio. Brian reporting live in downtown Fargo. Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Joshua. And Fargo Public School also says it won't notify the entire district or building if someone tests positive for COVID-19. Stay with us on the VNL News app, where we will update you on the meeting's progress. Well, we keep getting teased with these warm temperatures, getting super excited. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yeah, it's been a nice stretch for us in the valley. We've had, and more importantly, a break from the severe weather that we've really been enjoying. We needed that break, and it's happening again today. A lot of us enjoying plenty of sun here as we look around the valley. You can see Fargo, East Grand Forks, some sunny skies. There are some clouds that have developed in some areas. You can make them out a little bit better in the Lake Park area. War Road, nice and blue and sunny there as we are looking in that direction. Temperatures have already reached the 80s in a couple of spots. We're at 80 in Grand Forks, 79 in Fargo right now. And checking out that radar and satellite map, you can see those clouds that develop as we start to heat things up. That's been happening here since this morning. So we'll have more of that as we move through the day today, but they're that type of clouds we always like to see, those fair weather cumulus that we're seeing on our planner right now. And a look at the rest of the day. Expect temperatures back into the mid 80s. We'll have some mostly sunny skies and just some really nice conditions with wind that's going to be on the light side. Now, there are some changes tonight. Rain chances return tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that coming up in your hour-by-hour planner in just a few minutes.
I knew we were teased this week for a reason, because the rain's coming on Friday. Thanks, Lisa. We have updated data from the coronavirus pandemic in our region. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 745 new cases of COVID-19 in the state. They have also confirmed 5 new deaths. And total, there are 1,594 deaths and 5,133 active cases. In North Dakota, there have been 75 new cases of COVID-19. The daily positive case percentage is at 1.9%. There has also been another death linked to the illness, bringing the state total to 103. There are 1,017 active cases in the state. For the full report from both states, check out our website or the VNL app. It was a chaotic morning in one West Fargo neighborhood after an apartment caught fire, sending one man to the hospital. The fire broke out just before 2:30 a.m. at 3rd Street North and caused major damage to the unit. The man who lived in the unit that caught fire jumped out of the window to escape the smoke and flames. He is now in the hospital with unknown injuries. He was the only person hospitalized. One man who was on scene saw the blaze and attempted to get people out of the burning building.
I hear people screaming, running in and out of the building. I'm like, well, something's happening. So I run over, start seeing smoke, fire. I'm like, oh no. Run inside the building, kind of try and help get everybody out, make sure everybody's safe.
One man is in jail for terrorizing residents at an apartment building in North Fargo this morning. Police were dispatched to a Graveler Inn inside for a fire alarm going off. Once officers were on scene, residents told police that there was a man that ripped off the handle to the security door and then entered the building. Witnesses also told police that the man tried to enter occupied apartments and threaten the people inside. Police say 23-year-old Aaron Hadley was found on the 3rd floor of the apartment building, covered in his own blood, and appeared to be under the influence of an unknown drug. Hadley is charged with trespass, terrorizing, and criminal mischief. No one else was injured in the incident. Former Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain has died after a battle with COVID-19. Cain ran for president in 2012, at one time leading in the polls with his 999 tax plan. Cain was a business executive at companies including Burger King and Godfather's Pizza. Cain had attended President Trump's campaign rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June. Less than 2 weeks later, he was diagnosed with the coronavirus. Cain's death was announced today on his website. Herman Cain was 74 years old. The U.S. economy shrank at a record-setting 32.9% last quarter, marking the sharpest drop in the gross domestic product, the total output of goods and services ever. Tens of millions of Americans lost their jobs when the coronavirus pandemic shut down businesses nationwide, with the employment rate surging to nearly 15% and consumer spending, which makes up the majority of economic activity, dropped drastically. Residential housing and business investment also posted steep declines. Economists say it could take years for the economy to fully recover. Speaker Nancy Pelosi is making masks mandatory on the House floor after yet another congressman tested positive for the coronavirus. Texas Republican Louis Gohmert, who's been admittedly opposed to wearing a mask, was about to travel with the president when he tested positive. Paula Reed reports from the White House.
Together we will end the plague from China. We will defeat the virus.
Speaking in West Texas, President Trump made no mention of the Texas representative who was expected to be with him. Just before Republican Representative Louis Gohmert was supposed to travel on Air Force One with the president, he tested positive for COVID-19. Politico reports after the announcement, a Gohmert staffer contacted them, saying the congressman requires a full staff in the office and that they are berated for wearing masks. Gohmert has often been seen not wearing a face covering. Wednesday, Gohmert made the unsubstantiated suggestion that his illness may have been caused by the few occasions he did wear a mask.
I know, moving the mask around, getting it just right, I'm bound to put some virus on the mask that I sucked in. That's most likely what happened.
But there is no evidence to support that claim. In fact, medical experts say wearing masks helps stop the spread of the virus. On Tuesday, Gohmert was seen walking alongside Attorney General Bill Barr. Neither man was wearing a mask. The Attorney General has so far tested negative. Gohmert's diagnosis prompted House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to issue a mask mandate for the House.
As a sign of respect for the health, safety, and well-being of others.
But Majority Leader Mitch McConnell does not intend to do the same for the Senate.
It appears not to be necessary since everybody seems to be doing it.
Congress also remains divided on a second round of economic relief, even as enhanced unemployment benefits are set to expire Friday.
No, I would say there's not an agreement on anything.
The White House has offered Congress additional testing capability now that more than a dozen lawmakers have contracted COVID. Well, coming up at noon, NASA launched a new rover with the potential to find life on Mars. And will these sunny days continue? Weather to plan your day up next.